Você sabe quem é Rebeca Busi? Ela vai ser a pilota mais jovem a disputar o Dakar. Vem que eu conto numa entrevista exclusiva para vocês no vídeo a seguir. Para quem me conhece, eu sou a Natália De Vivo e esse é o Elas da Pista. E aí, pessoal, tudo bom com vocês? Estamos a poucos dias do início da edição 2022 do Dakar. A largada vai acontecer lá no início de janeiro, então tá rolando as últimas preparações, tanto de jornalistas que vão cobrir, quanto dos participantes, né, pilotos, copilotos e tudo mais. Bom, existe também a Rebeca Busi, que é uma pilota de 25 anos, italiana, que vai alinhar pela primeira vez na principal corrida off-road do mundo. Eu consegui conversar com ela com exclusividade aqui pro Elas na Pista. E nessa primeira parte do bate-papo, ela conta um pouquinho sobre a carreira dela, o que ela já cumpriu até agora, o motivo de ter decidido querer correr tanto de rally quanto no Rally Dakar e mais algumas outras curiosidades da sua vida. Espero que vocês gostem do bate-papo. A segunda parte vai ser ela falando mais especificamente sobre o Dakar, mas vocês vão ver como ela é uma boa pilota e que vocês vão com certeza torcer por ela no Dakar. Então, sem mais delongas, eu vou deixar vocês com o vídeo a seguir, só antes aqueles pedidinhos normais. Comenta aqui embaixo depois dizendo o que vocês acharam da Rebeca. Não esquece de espalhar para os seus amigos para ela ter cada vez mais torcedores por ela no Rally Dakar 2022. Ajuda dando o seu joinha para o vídeo ir cada vez mais longe, o YouTube entender que o conteúdo é importante e relevante. E se você quiser mais conteúdo exclusivo das mulheres no esporte a motor, inclusive mais trechos exclusivos da entrevista com a Rebeca, é só entrar no meu perfil, clicar no botão de Seja Membro e escolher uma das mensalidades que melhor se encaixam para você. Bom, fica aí agora com a primeira parte da entrevista.
So let's begin. I think the first question is the most asked. Why did you start in motorsport?
Oh, okay. Actually, I really don't know why I have this big passion. I just born with it. I mean, when I was child, I used to go with my father on all of the race and the rally with bike, and I followed him everywhere. So I think I grew up with the might of Dakar, and I always been in the middle of cars and bikes. So I think it's one thing that I'm born with. I don't have any kind of big why. It's just a part of me.
And you said you followed your father. How was the experience since so young be in this world?
Okay. It was really nice. I mean, it was a pleasure follow him everywhere, and I've always been with also my mother. So all family moved for my father's rally. And one time I went in Egypt for the last day of Around rally. And I clearly remember that it was late, so I was waiting my father like, where are? So actually he arrived and I started to cry. So this is basically my emotion on that kind of word. And also I never thought that I could make it. I mean, I fight a lot of years for convince my father, because even if it's really passionate about cars and rallies, he's always like, okay, but she's my daughter. It is a dangerous place to be in. It's expensive, and you know, it's quite a taboo, this thing. And in the last year, I really been very obsessive with this. So I convinced him at the end to trust me, and I make it. But yeah, it was a bit tough in the beginning.
So since you were young, you knew it that you wanted to race in rallies, in Dakar and everything.
I just know that I like cars, and it's the place where I feel free, where I feel myself, and where I don't have any thoughts. So knowing this, I always been very happy to drive, even the car, the regular car. And the fact that I grew up with the Dakar dream, I think it's make a big part of what I am today. I mean, I always look at stories and interviews like, oh, I would like be one of those person. And yeah, I think one day it started to me the idea like, okay, stop to dream, try to do it, and look what happened.
And what was the most difficult you found until your Dakar? You will be, it's your first Dakar, right?
Yes, it's also the first race actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
and what's the difficult until you reached Dakar?
So, as I told you before, I always wanted to start, but I don't have any contact, and I didn't know where or how start. So in the last year, I asked many like team. I asked how it costs. I can join you for a race, and always the race are really expensive. Most of it for the cross country rally are really expensive because the time of the race is more than 1 day, so it's really long. And then I asked the prices, and always been so high. And I say to myself, yes, okay, I can do it one, but what I will receive, okay, it's following passion, but you know, when you go to make a little race like a Spanish rally or Italian rally, it's always the world where you are going to race, it's small, okay? It's related to Spain or Italy or Europe. So I say to myself, okay, let's bet on myself. And if I think that I'm ready to race, I'm going to make the most difficult race in the world then. And if I finish it, will mean something big. If I'm not finished, I will anyways follow my dream and be in the most difficult race in the world.
And you did some training in Morocco, right?
Yes, this is of course necessary for doing the Dakar. It means that you have to train inside in the sand, dunes, and off-road. So it was mandatory for us to make at least 1 week in Morocco, and we choose to stay there 10 days, less or more. And in these 10 days, I trained every day, all day. The alarm was at 8, and I used to finish drive around 4 or 5 in the afternoon. So was a bit long. The first 2 days, I was really tired, but I did it, and the last day I crossed the desert. So it was really nice. Also, understand that you can manage actually the sand, which is the biggest problem.
I was asking you this: what the most difficult thing you faced during your 10 days in Morocco?
Absolutely, the sand. Um, you know, I came from the circuit. I did karting and regular rally with my father. And in Morocco was my really first time in off-road and desert. So after first 50 kilometers, I was fine. I mean, I could be fast, I could be manage the car. It wasn't a problem. The problem was the sand, because I was in myself already myself scared to do it. So I had a lot of anxious and things like that. And so the first day with sand was like, oh my God, what I'm going to do? Because I was really scared to don't have the clearly or the fast movement to react in the right way to the sand. But actually I learned it, but absolutely is the one thing that it scared me there.
And you were a navigatrice also in Portugal, right? How was that?
Yeah, I've been there for make a co-driver part, because my father and as my co-driver for the Dakar say it really useful if you learn how to do it, and also you will be in a race and you will see what there is around you. So of course, first day as co-driver was okay, but not excellent. Uh, was the first time for me doing the cross-country rally navigation, so it was like, okay, that's a challenge. But after that was really nice, fun, but not fun enough. Like I'm doing the other side. I mean, I'm a driver. After that rally, I knew for sure that I like be a driver, but it was really useful, even if it was tough because it rained all 2 days. Um, we didn't finish the race because the car got wet and the engine, so we had to stop it, but it was really tough and nice. It was a good one.
And now to end this interview, what's your plans for next year?
This is a very good question because I don't know. Um, I would like to know that plans, but I don't know, uh, because it's still early for me. I mean, I bet everything on my first race, so next step, it's related on it, I think, but I will try anyway to be part of the Dakar also in 2023, and I would like to make other rally like Andalusia Rally or Rally du Maroc, if I can find the budget, because of course the budget this year. I put all. I mean, it's my race and my budget, so I cannot like say anything else about it because I paid everything as a first race and as I'm nobody. So next year I will try to find some sponsor. I will try to have a good plan, and I hope also that I can enjoy the Gran Turismo Cup, but this is not sure actually because we will have to see. But that's another my dream.